We should also talk about Moxley checking into rehab.
Yeah. So
I think it sucks.
why did it have to be done now?
Like
That's the thing I want to
I
know.
think
Why
we're in
now?
the minority and we're gonna say the politically incorrect thing. But damn it, couldn't he have waited 2 weeks?
I know
Like,
CM Punk's gonna call us right now. It's like, just so you know, the fact that you said that, fuck you.
look, I'm not saying it's wrong that what he did. That's great. If he
No,
needed it, he needed it. I'm just saying, as a Moxley fan, I was really starting to enjoy Moxley run. I
agreed.
felt like he was reaching a stride I never seen him reach.
Why do you think
And
it like now though? Oh, like it just came out of the
it just
blue.
yes, it's
That's
like,
the
man,
thing.
I was looking forward to this dynamite. I was like, man, he's gonna kill Orange. And we got Miro.
I know Miro. I like Miro,
I
but
like
yeah, you're right.
Miro, but come
Yeah,
on. We're talking about
I know.
Moxley and then Miro. Like if he was replacing Orange Cassidy, that would have been fine.
Yeah,
But you don't replace Moxley with Miro and think that it's the same thing. That's
Cornette
outside of
calls
Punk,
the
outside of Punk
mascot.
or Adam Cole. It was gonna be or Malachi Black. It was gonna be
Yeah,
rather actually no. It would have to be Punk or Adam Cole.
yeah. I
You know,
mean, I don't
I
know.
would have done Adam Cole.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sucks because he was like really hitting his stride. So I don't know how bad it's gotten.
It's
People have
disappointing,
said
man. Like
in
I was
this
getting
book,
really into it. You
people have
know.
said that who have read the full book have said that, he talks at points. I haven't gotten to those points where he was drinking a lot
Hmm.
and he talks about it. So I don't know. Maybe, I haven't
But you
gotten to those
remember when
parts
we
yet.
met? I was a drunkard. Back in the day.
Mm,
Yeah, oh
yeah,
man, I
he's a
used to
drunk.
drink like $200-300 in the bar every day when I would go
Really?
to the bar. Yeah, yeah, like I all the time. I'm not saying I spend it all on myself. I was
Yeah.
spending the money for
You
the
were Ric
party,
Flair.
but
You were Ric
I was
Flair.
I was a little bit very
You
Ric
were Ric
Flairish.
Flair.
I was very
You
Ric
were Ric
Flairish.
Flair.
Man, I was spending money like crazy back
Well,
then.
you
Like,
told me you would put $100 down and you'd be like, ask for the phone number.
yeah, yeah, like man. But
Here's
I
the
would
phone
be
number.
so many times I had to be carried. Like
Oh
I,
man.
I was I was a drunkard. You
Oh
know.
yeah, there was that time with Corey or whatever. Like he was really mad at you because you were drunk and he had to stay at your house or something. I don't know. We're talking about people that have nobody has any idea.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, but but you weren't like a dangerous drunk.
No,
Did
not
or were you? I don't know. I don't
no,
know. You,
no. I
you
wasn't.
never you never like were like that.
Well, I
You
mean,
just were
I
useless.
was like that, but I
Oh,
wasn't
you
like
were?
that because of alcohol. Like if I was a dick or trying to start a fight or something, it wasn't because I was on alcohol.
All right, we'll save that for the meditation podcast.
But yeah,
Yeah, well,
so he's in rehab, and we don't know when he's coming back. But there's no way he's gonna be able to turn heel when he does come back.
no,
The
unless they want to be WWE, because that was a
so
WWE move
you
right
you were
there.
reading half the book, Justin. What you think of the
Yeah,
book so far?
I like it because one, it's his. You can hear his voice coming through. You could tell
Mhm.
it's not some editor like a lot of WWE books. Like you could tell some editor just like took away the voice of the wrestler and made it sound like everything else. You
He
can hear his
says
voice, you
it's
can hear
the
the
least
sentence
edited
structure.
book of all time.
I agree. I mean, most editors would be like screaming because there's parts in the book where he just says, I don't know why you bought this book. I don't know why you bought this book. Oh man. Then he starts writing shit like, and Renee says I'm long-winded, and he'll just like go on and on about like a topic, but you feel that's him.
Yeah,
Um, it starts off with New Japan, then it goes a little bit into his life,
yeah.
and then it goes into some FCW. He sprinkles in stuff. He talks about Vince, he talked about the Foley thing where he said that Foley, he was supposed to, when they did a feud or whatever, he had a shitty flip phone, so he didn't get the messages from Foley saying, "Don't talk about my family." So he was continually doing Twitter talking about his family. And Foley was like pissed that he's like, "Oh shit, I think I fucked up the biggest thing that in my career." He talks a little bit about, he talks about what we were talking about, how, that, it probably was a blessing in disguise. But he said that, he thinks maybe they would have gotten away with a little bit more because Foley was really well respected. But the thing was, they still were going to have the scripted. And he also talks about there's the no blood, no blood. So how hardcore of a match could
With
Foley
no
and
blood.
Amber's going to have with a,
With no blood.
with no blood? He talks about his feud with William Regal in NXT, and the way he describes it is just awesome. Like I gotta kind of go back and look at it. He talks about how when Regal got busted open, they had the stupid guys with the stupid gloves coming over, and he's like just about ready to scream. He's like, because they were gonna have this amazing match, and
Like the Finn Balor and Samoa Joe match.
yeah, the stupid guy has to come, and they stop the match, and he was
Hated
just
that.
he was livid, and he said that was the first day Matt Bloom, the former Prince Albert,
Tensai.
A Train,
Hi.
that's
Tensai.
whatever the hell he would, yeah, whatever the hell you want to call him. Giant Bernard,
Yeah,
he
Giant
stopped the
Bernard.
match, and they were, he was really pissed off. He talks about being in promo class and being like, I didn't want to show them anything because I thought they might see it, and then I'd be like the beekeeper guy. It's like people would come out and like do all this crazy stuff. He's like, I don't want to do any of that. I just, if they see that, and he's like, I don't believe anybody's actually watching this, which he's so right. So it's like he didn't care. He would just come in and just, do it. He's just like, I don't want to be, and he was smart. He's right. I mean, I love that story Taker says about how, he told them that he likes to sing in the shower, and he had to be like, no, I don't like to sing in the shower. He would be coming out as like the singing in the shower guy. That would be it for Mark Calloway. We wouldn't be talking about him. There would be no gimmick. There's no gimmick after that. That's Red Rooster. You can't get that over. There is no way you can get over a singing in even that
The
guy that
human
could sing really
shower.
well in NXT couldn't get that really over. It's just like nobody
What's
comes
his
to
name
wrestling
again?
to
What
see a
you're
guy.
talking about? Who? The
I forget
singer,
the guy that he was. What
the
was the guy?
Rusev Day guy,
Adrian something.
Adrian
No,
Pierce.
no.
No, that's football.
Adrian. I forget what the hell his
Uh,
name is.
isn't he
Adrian.
married to Eddie Guerrero's daughter?
He might be.
Yeah.
Adrian
Who
some
cares? It doesn't
but
matter.
anyways, who gives
Married
a
to
shit?
Eddie Guerrero's
Anyways, let me
daughter.
get back to the thing. And then he talks about how like he gets to what's he gets to FCW and he doesn't have a place. So he goes on Craigslist and he finds out that it's a crack den. But he's like, well, this works out pretty well. He talks about he's friends with Big Cass. He doesn't really go into detail about the partying because he said I would incriminate too many people. He talks about going to Vegas the first time, and there's like he said, the only person that can really, reveal the story is pretty much the woman I slept with that day. Um,
Word.
it's an interesting perspective. He just talks about how, going to New Japan, he did not want to be seen as the pussy. He
The
wanted to be seen
WWE
as,
guy, the
yeah,
soft wrestler.
he was very fearful of that. He talks a little bit about, how, he wanted to get out. He talks about when he turned heel and, basically Vince was scripting every promo. Then he was scripting house show stuff and he was telling him to go
He
out to
was
the ring
scripting
and do
house
them.
show shit.
Yeah, he was scripting his house show shit. And that's when he started just going like, I have no, because that was his refuge. He would go to the, TV sucks, but I can go to the house show and do whatever I want. And he would, and then he found Vince was scripting his house show shit, and he's just like, I don't know what to do. I have no heat. I have no nothing. It's, it's frustrating. You see how people just. I don't know. I don't know how anyone can live in there. I think that's probably what Kevin Owens is doing right now. He's just like counting the days. Same with Finn Balor. They're just like, how many more days? Like, because he talked about how he had what is it, April 18th marked on his calendar when he was
Does he
free.
does he talk about Roman?
I haven't gotten to that. I don't think he hasn't really talked about Roman or the Shield in depth. Let me make sure I'm not missing stuff. He talks about his favorite cities.
I
He
thought they
talks.
were
I
boys.
just finished with Brody Lee. He talked about Brody Lee, and he talks about Cincinnati, where he grew up. Um, he talks about his father a little bit. He talks about how his father, wanted him to deliver stuff. His father worked at like a bank or whatever, and his father found out this family was down on out, and he said, "Okay,
Yeah.
you need to go deliver stuff. Don't ask any questions. Don't
Yeah, I
tell them
read
who
that.
you are." And through that was pretty cool. I mean, it's
We're
an
the good
interesting book
guys.
because yeah, we're the good guys. Yeah, he talks about that. He talks about how he doesn't know how to cook anything except for sandwiches, and he starts going into his description of sandwiches. He talks about he talks about, albums that he likes, and how, there's something cool about just listening to the whole thing. But he said, I got to be honest with you, technology makes it so much easier. And he'll be like watching Renee, who has a bunch of vinyl collection, and she'll pull out something to be like, you realize we can just, listen to this on there. And she's like, yeah, but it's not the same. He talked about one of his favorite movies is Point Break. He says at the end, author's note, we did not discuss the 2015 remake of Point Break because it's never to be spoken of again. It does not exist. It's been taken care of by top men. Top men. So he puts an Indiana Jones joke in there. I love it. He talks about his love for Highlander. He talks about buying Renee a scooter, and he's gonna drive it out. He's gonna surprise her and ride out, but he rides out and he like almost takes a flip over, almost kills himself. So on the ride back, instead of being like, you're the best boyfriend ever, it's I thought you were a goner. I want to thank you for watching the Kings Road podcast. You can subscribe here to get the latest clips and news on the show, or like us on Facebook.com, Kings Road Podcast.
Or email us at podcastkingsroad@gmail.com.
And then you can also find the YouTube link, which will be, how can they find the YouTube link?
It'll be on the side right here.
It'll be right on the site there. And if you want to find us on Instagram, it's at Kings with a little, thing at the bottom. What do you call that?
At
No,
shit from emails.
the little, no, not that. The bottom thing. Kings, the thing that's spacing it out.
Oh,
Those.
underscore.
Okay, Kings _road _ podcast for Instagram. and then you can find us at the King,
the KRP podcast for Twitter.
Do we have any more links that we want to do?
No, that's it.
Basically, Kings Road Podcast, KRP. If you can't find it, email us. We'll send it to you, I guess.